Hey there, my loves. Welcome back to the Nikko Daze show. I'm Nikko, your host, your companion in this space where we talk about life's quiet moments, the ones we often overlook but are so necessary to our healing. And if you're new here, I'm so glad you found us. I'm sure, just like me, you've had those moments where you feel like your mind's racing, your heart is in a whirlwind, and you just can't find peace. You know, the chaos of life isn't just the noise from the outside, it's the noise we carry inside. But here's the thing, healing doesn't always come with a big, dramatic moment. Sometimes it happens in the silence. So tonight, let's talk about the healing that happens when we stop running from the quiet and start letting it work on us. The kind of healing where we let go of the pressure to always be doing, always be moving, always be fixing. The kind of healing that doesn't come with a plan or an agenda, but just with the willingness to sit with ourselves, uninterrupted and undistracted. Let's set the scene for a minute. Imagine it's nighttime. The world outside is quiet, but inside your heart, there's a storm. Maybe you've been struggling with something for a while, something that feels bigger than you. Maybe it's grief, or maybe it's just the weight of all the things you've been carrying, both emotionally and physically. It could be a memory that won't let you go, or a fear that keeps you up at night. But in the silence, in that moment of stillness, there's an invitation. Can you hear it? It's the invitation to just be. No hustle, no doing, just existing, just sitting with what is. And when we learn to do that, we start healing, not by forcing ourselves to be okay, but by letting ourselves feel everything that's not okay. It's like the quiet lets us process things we didn't even know we were holding on to. Now, I know the idea of silence can be overwhelming. It's not always easy. In fact, for many of us, it's downright scary, because silence can bring up things we don't want to face. It brings us face to face with our pain, our doubts, and our fears. And sometimes, it feels like when the noise stops, the weight of everything we've been avoiding comes crashing down on us. But what if I told you that silence isn't your enemy? That in fact, silence is your ally in healing. I'll tell you why. When the world is loud and our minds are racing, we're distracted. But in the quiet, we start to hear the truth. The truth about ourselves. The truth about what we need. The truth about what we're ready to let go of. That's when the real healing begins. When we stop being afraid of silence and start letting it be the space where our hearts can heal. Let's take a moment together. If you're in a safe place where you can relax, I want you to close your eyes for just a second. Don't worry if your thoughts wander, just let them. Inhale slowly through your nose, and then exhale out through your mouth. Let the breath center you. In this moment of silence, feel the stillness around you, and ask yourself, what does my heart need? What am I holding on to that no longer serves me? And as you sit with those thoughts, know that it's okay if the answers don't come right away. The healing happens in the listening. It happens when we give ourselves permission to just be, without judgment. You don't always need the noise of the world to heal. Sometimes you just need the soft, gentle hum of your own breath. And here's a little reminder: healing isn't always about fixing. It's not about putting the pieces back together perfectly. It's about creating space. Space to breathe, space to feel, and space to let go. You're not broken. You don't need to be fixed. Sometimes you just need silence to help you remember that you're whole. Let's talk about the moments when you felt the most peace, even if it was brief. Maybe it was while you were looking at the stars, or sitting in a quiet room, or simply walking by yourself. Those moments aren't insignificant. They're powerful. They're the quiet spaces where your soul reconnects with itself. So when life gets loud and you can't find the peace you're looking for, remember that it's okay to sit in the silence, to just be, because healing is happening there too, in the stillness, in the pauses, in the moments when you don't have to do anything except exist. Before we end tonight, I want to leave you with this. You don't have to be busy to be healing. You don't have to be doing something to be progressing. Sometimes, the most important thing you can do for yourself is just to rest in the quiet. Trust that in the silence, the pieces of you that need to heal will find their way back together. You're not lost, you're just being, and that's enough. Thank you so much for being here tonight with me. Thank you for trusting me to be a part of your quiet moment. Know that you're not alone in this, and that even when things feel still, you're moving forward. I'll be right here, in the silence with you, until we meet again. Now, I know the idea of silence can be overwhelming. It's not always easy. In fact, for many of us, it's downright scary, because silence can bring up things we don't want to face. It brings us face to face with our pain, our doubts, and our fears. And sometimes, it feels like when the noise stops, the weight of everything we've been avoiding comes crashing down on us. But what if I told you that silence isn't your enemy? That in fact, silence is your ally in healing. I'll tell you why. When the world is loud and our minds are racing, we're distracted. But in the quiet, we start to hear the truth. The truth about ourselves. The truth about what we need. The truth about what we're ready to let go of. That's when the real healing begins. When we stop being afraid of silence and start letting it be the space where our hearts can heal.